And it is time for us to go to AAA's Noche de los Grandes 2026. I want to start this off with AAA by saying, you know, the wrestling's good when you don't have a fucking clue what anyone is saying and you're so fucking invested. I don't know what the guy's saying, but I know he means the shit that he's saying. For sure. Now they have the subtitles. I do appreciate that. But I have a question, and you can't answer it. I don't think a lot of the fans that watch my show can answer it. But according to Podbean and according to YouTube, we do have some people listening to the show over in Mexico. So I want to ask the question because I'm digging what I'm seeing from AAA recently. Not just this build up here. This is obviously a really big deal. But not for nothing, just in general, I've caught myself on a few occasions going onto YouTube and watching these shows live. I'm watching more AAA now than I've ever watched in my entire life, and this isn't the first time that they've been on YouTube. They've had other shows on YouTube before. I've watched a few on my Oculus, which is pretty cool to watch. I like a 3D thing. That's pretty awesome.
Sounds nauseating, but does it put you in the does it put you in the
camera's
crowd?
the camera's like in a front row seat. It's like right there, and then it has another camera shot where they put one of the cameras like on a ring post.
Oh, okay.
So like there's different times where it mixes around. Yeah, kind of cool. And so I'm watching more AAA now than I have in a long time. And they haven't completely eviscerated the locker room. There's still a lot of AAA originals on the card. But I do notice the influx of WWE talent. So I have a question for the Mexican fans, or more specifically AAA fans. With the long history of AAA, are you digging this new version of AAA? We as Americans are getting into it, but do you feel like when they redid NXT for us, like we had such a good thing going, and then now look at all these goofy colors and these weird people that I've never seen before, and all these English speaking assholes. Like, are you? Because I noticed recently, and more specifically on this show, a lot of camera shots to the crowd. They caught some people outside before they came into the building, how excited they were. They were wearing masks.
The production changed.
Yeah, the production changed, but I'm also noticing, like, for instance, I've never seen replica belts at AAA shows. I saw a replica AAA belt at a show. Like, I've never really seen that before. I also saw replica WWE belts there from the fans that were holding them up, and I saw some signs that were like pro WWE, and I was like, they could be plants for all I know. But the point is like, I want to ask actual fans of AAA, even if you're not in Mexico, but if you were a fan of the original version of AAA, are you digging this? Are you actually enjoying the shows like we are, or are you looking at this like what a slap in the face? I would love to genuinely know, because for me, salud, for me personally, I'm enjoying this. I saw 4 matches on this show that I really, really enjoyed. I really had a good time watching this show overall. It's the reason why it's in the main event. Pound for pound, we just did 2 whole pay-per-views. Now we're doing this one. This was my favorite show of the entire weekend. This had a little bit of everything for me. Anyway.
I will agree with you, because to be honest with you, I think, and I'm literally thinking about this in the moment, I think this is a strong benefit to AAA. I find them as a good middle ground.
Yes.
They're a great middle ground between AEW. I have 4 matches, but they feel as intense as what AEW tries to give you. A little bit of strong style, but I think leaning towards high fly than strong style, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But they're a little bit more intense. They're not as slow. They're a little bit faster. But it's not a WWE style, which we'll get to in the last match, because I have a point to make there. But it's not the WWE style that people kind of loathe and like almost don't like just because they don't want to like WWE. I feel like AAA is starting to become this. I mean, aside from like the stupid language barrier, which they did have Corey Graves and who the fuck was that? Bradshaw?
Yeah, JBL.
All right, that did the calls, which was fine. Shout out to Corey Grave. He's been working. I got my eye on you. You've been working. You trying a little. Seems like you're trying a little hard.
I find it hilarious that after everything JBL did to get over as a heel and how disparaging he was against the country of Mexico, even cutting a video where he was literally kicking Mexicans in the ass to go back over the border, literally, not figuratively. He literally was waiting. Do you remember that video where he was like, it was like nighttime and dark, and he had like a small camera, like a cameraman, and he had like a little tiny microphone. And he was like, "This is one of the highest percentage of illegals that come over the border. We're waiting now to see if we're going to catch any of them in action." And a couple of like, you start to see people go, because I see him coming. I think those are illegals. Hold on a second. And the cameraman goes, "You get your ass back to Mexico." And he was like, and he was kicking him and like in the ass to go back to Mexico. And he was like, "You go back. You don't belong here. You're an illegal." And then he cuts the promo on the camera. "No illegals in America." Well, JBL is around, and now he's the lead color commentator for fucking AAA in Mexico. It is hilarious how full circle that bitch is. But yeah, no, I don't have a single problem with that either. I actually watched one of the shows, not this one, but a previous show, completely. I don't think they released an English version. It was completely in Spanish. I don't know what the hiccup was with that, but they just had the Spanish one. I watched it anyway. Still enjoyed it. Not a clue. Not a clue what was happening on commentary, but I can get context clues.
To me, it's like anime. Like the Japanese voices sound better. I don't know what they're saying, but like I'd rather just watch it and pretend like I know what they're saying sometimes than to hear the English people. If that makes sense. Like it sounds nice to hear Spanish commentary while I'm watching Spanish wrestling. I don't know.
They have more enthusiasm in their calls. I'll give them that. Nobody's like they really like they belt it out. They really go for it. So I'll give them that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so we're gonna go right into this opening match here because right off back, the opening match here, the Cruiserweight Championship. I put Mac because I'm an idiot. Hold on a second. I'm gonna fix that. Poop. Typo. Ready? There it is. That's right. Fuck that microphone up. Who cares about our audio? Here we go. Bam. The Cruiserweight Championship match. Laredo Kid defending the championship against Roy Phoenix. They have threw a stat out that Laredo Kid had been champion for like 500 plus days. Boy, he was unfucking touchable. He was the champion at the time when I showed you that match when I came to your house when it was him, Jack Cartwheel, and Javon Evans.
Mm-hmm.
He was the champion in that match. That was the one that blew me away. And Ray Phoenix, he's not Penta, and I think that seems to be the only thing.
Don't do that.
No, I think it seems to be the only thing really holding him back. I love Ray Phoenix. I love the guy. I think he's an amazing talent, an attraction all his own. I don't think he needs to be in the cruiserweight division. Been there, done that. He's also a former AAA Mega Champion. Their heavyweight type champion. He's progressed past this division many moons ago. So for him to be competing for this title, and I get that he won it. It was a great moment. His family was there. It was in Monterey. A big deal for him. Congratulations to him. But it can't be going that bad on SmackDown that this is the option for him. His brother is the current Intercontinental Champion over on the other brand. And I get it. He's a little bit more charismatic. He's a little bit better with the English, I understand. But this is, I don't know. This is a step back for me. I'm sorry.
No. See, I don't want that to be the ideal because we actually spoke about this not too long ago. Where actually, if I'm not mistaken, it was around the time where they were debuting that they're going to be working with AAA and stuff like that, and how we felt about multiple brands being owned by WWE and what that looks like and how does it feel, whatever. And I distinctively remember saying that I wish we can get away from each individual company as a demotion or, I mean, obviously WWE is the bigger stage, right? So it's hard to tell someone it's not a promotion or demotion if you're going from the main stage to a side stage, I guess. I don't want to downplay it. But my point to it is there's just a disservice given across all NXT, AAA, whatever that case may be, by just stating like, oh, because you're not being utilized on the WWE stage right now doesn't necessarily mean you kind of either don't deserve to be there or wherever the case may be. Now, maybe Ray Phoenix, to your point, isn't where he should be to be able to put him on that stage. But I don't want to take away from the fact that if there is a place somewhere in this company for you to be a top star, I don't think that should be a knock on you. Actually, when I saw him win this,
My issue is not him performing at AAA. My issue is
I
the
didn't say that was
cruiser.
your-
You just said that.
Oh, you mean it's
the cruiser aspect?
the weight
right
class is what you had a problem
Yes,
with.
you just said right now,
Okay.
it
I
shouldn't be an
misunderstood
issue
what
that
you
he's a
said.
top star somewhere else. I agree, but they're not using him as a top star. They put him back in the lower division. I don't understand that.
Okay. I got
The
you.
cruiserweight part is my issue. Yeah, I don't. He's not. That's
Well, wouldn't that be equivalent to the Intercontinental title?
no. And you want an equivalency? The equivalency to me would be like, you know how AJ Styles left TNA, did all this great shit, became WWE champion, all that stuff. It would be like if he went back to TNA to do like a one-time show or whatever the case may be, and they put him in the X division. It's like, no, that's not where AJ.
But that would be nostalgia, wouldn't it?
No, that's not where. No, that's not the nostalgia that people were looking for, because AJ was the face of TNA. He was the world's heavyweight champion. He was the guy. He was Cena. He was Stone Cold. He was the guy. Ray for AAA was the guy. He was the champion. He rose from the cruiserweight division and ascended to be the top guy. Bringing him back to AAA, great, phenomenal, no problems there. Why is he wrestling Laredo Kid for the cruiserweight title?
Well, I guess my problem with, and I don't disagree with you if you think about it like that. My problem with just naming things like this is because if you ask me, if you say cruiserweight, that is a weight class. That means you cannot get that belt if you're not of a certain size. You weigh out of that into the heavyweight division or whatever the next division is. So I guess in my brain, when you say cruiserweight champion, to me that's a big belt because you're the top of the cruiserweights. But in this situation, it doesn't stop him from competing for the heavyweight title. So if I look at it in that aspect, like you're saying, then yes, it is technically to me, this should be the top title of his weight class, but that's not how wrestling works. They don't work off of weight classes. So if I look at it the way you're saying it without weight class, then yes, I understand what you mean. This is a lesser belt out of the spotlight, not like the heavyweight belt. Okay.
I liked it when he was in the division and he rose to that championship. That's a big deal. But he had been so successful as the champion in that division that he had elevated above that division to the next weight class to then go back after years of even more success, despite he achieved more outside of AAA and became an even bigger star than when he was their champion. And to come back and be the cruiser. Jeff Hardy at one point was the light heavyweight champion. If he comes back to WWE and was to compete for the light heavyweight championship, it would look odd. Is my point. You know what I mean? That's why I was looking at this. Like, no disrespect to the Laredo Kid, but there's levels to this. I don't know. Phoenix shouldn't have been in there with Laredo Kid. But despite that fact, they had a banger of a match. So I'll go ahead and I'll give them that. They had a banger of a match, told a great story. I love the idea of them showing before the match that Laredo had gone low on that previous match. So on the rematch, when Laredo saw the opening, Ray was right there waiting for him. No bolas bicho for you, papi. Come on. No sanchichas and habichuelas for you, papa. Come on. And then they had I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with my head, but the minute they said that Laredo Kid was champion for like 500 days, I was like, well, there goes the belt. And sure enough, that's what happened. And I think he ran a little long on his celebration. He went to go say hi to his family, and then they cut the lights off on him. It's like, all right, brother, we got shit to do. You over here, you treating this like the WrestleMania main event. You're the opening match, bro. We got places to go. But no, solid match, good stuff. Love Ray Phoenix, love Laredo Kid. I wonder what happens to Laredo moving forward now, or does this
a break?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 500 plus days. Shit.
A lot of work, man.
That's a lot of goddamn
This
work.
ain't
Yeah,
this
let me
ain't
take
this
a note.
ain't punching this ain't punching in and out of a warehouse and sitting in front of a machine, brother. This shit different for 500 days straight. That's a lot of fucking work, man. A lot of work.
Easy. Tranquilo, papi, tranquilo. All right, I'm using this as an edit point, to be honest with you. This is going to make the show. This has been a bad recording night. There's been so many fucking things happening, but I don't want to take it away from the excitement that we're having from the actual.
It feels so
thing.
nasty doing it again.
Yeah, I know. It's like I was just in there, bro. Like, this is not...
Oh my
Look,
God.
I don't want it to. I want to put these in as shorts, so I want to give it its due diligence. But we ran into a technical error after the Phoenix Laredo conversation, and we just sat here and did 2 straight matches before we realized the fucking thing wasn't even on. So that's not going to be a fucking thing. So let's talk about this fucking Latin American Championship one more goddamn time, with the conversation essentially being, so when you guys look at all the other matches and you see 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 12 minutes, 20 minutes, and then you see this one be like 4, just know that we're not trying to be disrespectful to the match. It's just I fucked up and we have to do it again. So it's not how we felt about the match per se. It's just we're going to bullet point it for you right now because I'm not going through the emotion of everything that we just fucking went through. With the conversation or the tone essentially being, I felt like of the 4 matches, this to me was 4 of the group. I love the fact that it. I want to bring. I'll rehash the joke. It's not going to be funny now, but fuck it. Maybe they'll laugh. That it's El Hijo de Wagner Jr. defending the championship against El Hijo de Vikingo, which I think is funny because it's the son of Wagner Jr. and they call him Wagner 3. So I made a joke about it being Wagner. I don't have it in me right now to do that joke again.
It feels nasty. It feels like it's like you're holding me down and like you got a loogie just like dripping slowly towards my face and I can't fucking move.
It's dangling. As a performer, I will admit I don't like retaking shit.
As a non-performer, nasty.
In the history of this show, we one take practically everything. I'll edit things out, but for the most part, so I don't want to disrespect the 2 gentlemen that we're talking about. That was my point of the 4. I felt like this was 4.
That was a good match. It was a good match. I said I wasn't really a Vikingo. Like I think people are more on Vikingo than I am. Yeah. But it was a good match. They did their thing. They was all flippy and they
not
did all
sold in him
stuff.
as a performer, or do you find him to be like kind of a one-trick pony?
As a like performer. What is it? Like I remember when I was first introduced to him with the Dom thing, they really sold him as like this big guy. And again, I want to make sure I put the asterisk. I don't watch AAA for every piece of content. As far as I'm concerned, he is that guy. But in the small sample that I have, I don't think he's bad. I just don't think he's the guy. But I don't know who the guy is either. So it's a bad take.
You know the guy is,
especially to do it twice. It's a bad take. But my point is, it was an okay match. It was. I said earlier when we said we're gonna do it again. I said we got to redo the mid because that's what my energy is towards it. That
was my response to your criticism when I was talking about the burger meat. I was like, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
It's not bad. I enjoyed it. I had fun watching it.
Yes, the 2 hijos, lots of familia, lots of family taking place here. Again, sorry, no disrespect to the match. We actually genuinely did enjoy the match. I don't have it in me to do all that all over again, which sucks. It's going to be a full edit because I'm doing the matches individually as well as the whole show as a whole, AAA as a whole. So you'll see a big fat edit like right in the middle. It's my fault. It's nobody else's fault but my own. I had a camera situation that I had to change the battery for whatever reason. It caused mayhem, and everything had to be turned around. And we started everything back up. I did everything and set everything up except hit the fucking record button. So, not his fault, nobody's fault but my own that I'm sitting here going through it right now. I'm still having computer issues right now, but it's not enough to deter from the actual show. So, no disrespect. We apologize. Uh, for the people who are going match by match, this is going to be a really shitty clip. I'm so sorry. And I think it's exactly going to be 4 minutes. So, that's my bad. This is on me. This is on me. So we're moving on to the next match, which was the AAA Tag Team Championship match. La Campeón de Parejas, the champions of the teams division, Pagano and Psycho Clown defending against the War Raiders. You had made mention that you felt that this was your number 4.
For me, yes, this was the number 4, and I know I'll probably get killed for that, for anyone who actually like follows this stuff, because of the storyline that's behind it between Psycho Clown and Pagano. I don't know that story. It did look cool when he left him in the ring to get his ass beat. It did look cool when he hesitated. I don't like that spider web that just fucking floated down from the. It did look.
We're
cool.
having all kinds of fucking issues. Now he's being attacked by the wildlife. And it's just...
it was it looked cool when they had their little back and forth, when he looked behind them, when he made it look like he was gonna go save him and decided to say
Psycho Clown tore his skin off to convert Pagano.
That was trippy as fuck. Yeah, that was trippy. That was cool too. But again, like I said, I feel like if you're in the loop and you know what was going on, I feel like it's the complete opposite. Like that shit fire, and you can't wait to see what happens next, which I kind of low key can't wait to. But I don't know how much of this I'm actually following, so it was good. It was a decent tag team match. Like I said, it's nice to see some tag teams actually go at it. But for me, unfortunately, it felt a little flat. But I think that's because of my ignorance. That's all. Other than that, the match
I don't think it's fine. Ignorance, because I watched the shows and I don't know what the fuck the War Raiders were doing here. I was completely surprised and blindsided by the War Raiders being on this show and competing for the tag team titles. But no disrespect to them at all whatsoever, but let's call a spade a spade. They did win the tag team titles, and then congratulations to them. It probably means, unfortunately, we'll probably get more of them on AAA. And I don't have a problem with them as a team. Just don't know if I want them in AAA, messing with all this stuff I got going on over here. But I will say they were the instrument of the breakup, and the breakup, to be honest, was the focal point of the match. They were the tools and the method of the destruction. Not only did they cost them the tag team titles, which is what caused the argument in the first place, but them beating the teetotal shit out of Psycho Clown in that process, and Pagano walking down the aisle like, nah, fuck it, and just leaving this dude to sit there. By the way, side note, I did get a chuckle out of this, and if this is a creation of the War Raiders, then kudos to you. They beat Pagano and Psycho Killer with this big tag team move, right? Well, he tosses one up, and the guy catches him, brings him down, boom. They called it the DTM when he beat him. And I'm like, what the hell is DTM? And I think JBL also said, the hell is that, or something like that. And Corey goes, the double team maneuver. And I said, shut your whore mouth. You shut it. Did you call your double team finish the double team maneuver?
It's fine.
That's incredible. That is incredible. I'm still trying to convince somebody to use a drop toho as a setup to the finish. At one point, I was trying to convince a dude to use a drop toho as a finish, but we couldn't make that work. I said, the least you could do is use it as a goddamn setup, bro. Hit it with that drop toho face plant. There comes the real finish, baby. And he fucking gets him. It's fucking, what a story. You got to tell the whole story from beginning to end. So I'll give the War Raiders their due. They are the AAA Tag Team Champions. But there are bigger fish to fry as we head over to our main event. It is time. So, really quickly, since this is now a whole new clip, The previous two matches were shortened down because I had a technical issue with my camera. And once everything got reestablished and put into play, we started talking about the show to finish up as we were doing before. And I did not hit I did everything but the record button. So if the previous two matches seem a little short to you, I, I apologize. That was not the intent. We wanted to go more in depth. We did actually go more in depth. It was an audience of two apparently. So we ran down the bullet points to our thoughts in those previous clips. But for the most part, this whole show has been great so far. It's about to get magical. This is the main event. This is it. Lucha de Espuertas Mascara contra Mascara. El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano Original. It's a battle as old as the sun and the moon and the earth in Mexican culture. It is mask for mask. It is gimmick for gimmick. One has to go away. The world just ain't big enough for two grandes. Okay? It's just not big enough. Now, we almost didn't get this match because of some asshole in Florida, which is a sentence that I'm sure a lot of Americans are so used to hearing. But some asshole in Florida almost ruined it for everybody. But we're here. And you gotta start off. With the amazing presentation of the entrances to this match. You gotta start there. Because, boy, let me tell you something. If you thought it was going to be a big match and you thought it had big fight feel, those entrances felt like a big fight feel entrances. And you can walk by the original Grande Americano doing this shit and doing like the crawl like across all four sides of the. Even that somehow worked in this environment. Everything about this match clicked. This was the match of the goddamn week. It was hyped very heavily. A lot of people kind of assumed it would be a big deal. Even I had my doubts. Tremendous match. This was a tremendous professional wrestling match. It has been a long time since I have been sitting in a chair sober. I was not inebriated, so there was no added juice of, ooh, I'm feeling all loosey-goosey or whatever. Nope. Completely 100% cognitive right here of what was going on. And it was absolute, to me, absolute magic. Dave, what were your thoughts when you were getting into this match?
It's funny. First of all, shout out to that crowd. That crowd, dude, they fucking tore that building down. But one of the things, and it's because of the crowd that stood out to me was
crowd. Yeah.
They wrestled a WWE match. They wrestled a WWE match in AAA, and it was fucking over. They paced it well. They hit their spots. They beat the shit out of each other. They wrestled their fucking ass off. I love the the bit that they had for both, where they had obvious tear points on the masks to kind of like show like shredding of the actual mask, hair coming out. Same thing with both of them had that piece coming up. They really were giving each other the business. No one person really was kind of dominating. They were kind of going back and forth. The involvement of the girlfriend buying the ticket got a pop. She showed the ticket. So the point of that for me is like the story. Not only was the match going, but the story was just going. Like they were buying into every part of this. And he's like beating that guy. It's like, what dream? Isn't that every man's dream to be beating someone's ass in front of your girl and she's like cheering you on? You're gonna get so laid afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like That's gonna feel so good afterwards. But no, the whole story, everything, it was it's a, I was blown away the most by how the particular match they were having went over with that crowd. That's the standout point for me.
And can I add just for a second? Was that the girlfriend from the that was in the elevator?
I believe so. I think that's the real girlfriend. And
Because if
she
that's
I think she works for AAA.
because no,
Because the
she
whole
does.
gimmick was she
Sure.
got fired. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the girl he's there. I
If
think.
that's the girl that was in the elevator, that guy deserved to get his ass beat. So
Yeah, watch it
how
come out.
how dare you interrupt my flow with this? Are you
Yeah.
insane right now?
What does the young kid say? Fine shit. I'm with this fine shit right now. I hate that one.
That is a
I hate that.
beautiful woman. That
Oh my goodness.
he is living good in Mexico. If I'm
Oh,
him,
dude.
I tear my Austrian citizenship up right now. Just like I'm good.
It is very rare to see a man glow at the pinnacle of life. Like he's literally at the top of his life right now.
Oh,
And that's
man.
all at the end when he was in the ring by himself with his girl and everything like that. It's like that's what winning looks like. Like this dude has the gimmick. He has the Mexican people behind him. I didn't know he actually spoke fluent Spanish.
Fluent.
Like he's
Yeah.
fluent in I did not I thought he just knew some words and he said them really well. But then there was a scene where he was like walking with the Mexican people, and I think there was like a song, and he was saying the words, like he was
Yes.
singing the song. I'm like, man, this guy's committed to the bit. How long did he have to listen to that song to know how to
He
like?
may have.
You know what I mean?
I think he may have already been fluent in Spanish,
Before.
but his ability to soak up the culture as fast as he has, I think, is what has impressed everybody, because he was singing folk songs and using, because you know how every dialect has its form of slang.
Mhm.
So like even if you speak like he's from Europe, right? So even if you've learned Spanish from like say Spaniards, to bring that Spanish to Mexico might cause some translation issues, even if it's still
Yeah.
Spanish, because
Yeah.
everybody has their own code words for it. The way that he has adapted to the culture of being there, like I can't help but be impressed by like all of that. Like
Yeah.
I think it's what helps them embrace him
Embrace
and-
him. Yeah.
and boo Chad, because Chad's version of the gimmick did feel like a joke because he doesn't really speak the language. He sounds like the whitest guy possible. Great athlete, but it felt like
To
it was
his
joke.
point, it was kind of a part of his gimmick.
Yeah.
So it worked, but I think that's what the other part of the passing of the baton here makes it even more sweeter, right? Like the guy who he really did take it seriously. He is in this conversation. He is that character. So him winning for the people, like that's what it kind of felt like. It didn't feel like El Grande Americano won. It felt like the Mexican people won. You know, I feel like this shit. Like if you told me after that match they all went into the streets and celebrated, I would not be fucking surprised. Like that's how that building would feel.
I also want to point out an aspect that I'm going to use this sentence again because I think that it fits. Another wrestling school bullet point. Selling as a babyface. There were so many times where the other Grande, not the original, I don't want to use the other name. I want to stick to the names for now. And when the babyface Grande was down and selling, those moments where he was down, and despite being down, he kept putting his hands out to the audience, like through the ropes, like he would just reach out and like try to get them to like take this ride with me. Come on, baby, come on, just feed me your energy, feed it to me, give it to me. I need it right now more than ever. Come on.
He was trying to hit him with a Mexican spirit bomb. He needed your energy.
He needed to feed off of it. Give it to me. And His ability to sell as a babyface, amazing. When this match is over, they both of these individuals are not Mexican. They did not grow up in Mexican culture. They did not grow up in lucha libre culture. Chad comes from American style Greco Roman wrestling. Obviously, Kaiser comes from Austria and Europe, from their style of wrestling. They did not grow up in this culture at all. And I want to put out there for the show, for the people listening, that I find it, and I think this is what added to the emotion for me for the match, how much respect they put on Mexico's name throughout the course of this whole match. The way that they played with the ripping of the mask, because how many mask versus mask matches have we all seen in the past where that's the end look, where there's like torn mask and blood coming down, like they give their all. That's the visual of giving their all. The tradition of the heel coming out in dark black clothing and the baby face coming out in white gold coloring.
I'll tell you what, that original Americano red black,
fire. The aspect
gold was good too.
Of the original Americano taking out the babyface's friends, going after his girlfriend, putting in the stipulation that they can't touch. So as much as Gable is being an ass, there's nothing that Kaiser can do about it. He would do the classic, oh, I want to hit you so goddamn bad. And the audience is like, go ahead and do it. Knock his fucking lights out. And Grande, Gable sitting there with his hands behind his back, I double dog dare you. And just building and building and building. And then when the match is over, they ended it in the traditional fashion. The heel got to say his piece. He didn't go full heel, but he didn't go full babyface. I hate Mexican culture. I hated it. I wanted to destroy it, but I couldn't overcome it. And he finally takes off the mask. He reveals that it's him. And by the way, Gable is pouring.
The moment he removed the mask that was probably holding it, his wife was like,
did you see the daughter? The daughter, he gave the daughter a high five, and she just looked at her hand like, what the fuck is this?
She did not think that through.
He removes the mask, and he compacts the mask, puts it together, and he hands it to the new Grande, and he takes it, and they don't shake hands. There's no hugs, because there's still beef. But he gives him the mask, and he says, I don't know when, I don't know how, but I'm not done in AAA. I'll be back. And he leaves. They gave him this big speech, this big promo. They had a graphic on the screen of him on the whole deal. And then Grande didn't really get a lot. Actually, he didn't say anything else. He celebrated with the fans and the audience. And initially, I was kind of upset because I'm like, this is supposed to be a big moment for him, not Chad. Chad lost the match. I understand that concept of being humble and giving up the match. But upon thinking about it and sleeping on it, I should say, I kind of like that because Chad isn't going to be at AAA for a while. Kaiser is. He's going to get his opportunity to say his piece, to reach out to his people, to thank the fans for being there when they needed him most, all the usual babyface stuff. But Chad's on his way back to Raw and or SmackDown. And we made the comment last week when we were talking about the build-up to this that we had already anticipated he would lose and that when he lost, his comeback was going to be epic. I'm way past that shit at this point. It is a fumble and a half if you don't give him at least a week or two off to heal from the damage from this match, and then you got to implement him somewhere important. Mm-hmm. The idea that he's just another wrestler has to be out of it. Has to. There's no way Triple H sees that match and sees that build and goes, yeah, we're going to put him with Danhausen next. There's no fucking way that that's the mindset. It fucking can't be.
Mm.
I bring this up because we said last week, oh, that comeback's going to be great. This match was so fucking good. I can see people in certain positions looking at Hunter and going, don't fall for that. That's not really. That's just fluke. They got away with
I'm
one.
still gonna die on the hill that they approached him with the idea of this gimmick because they probably saw something talented, and to be honest with you, he was still coming off the hill of the burial that Russell. What was it, 40? Was it 40 where he got killed? Well, I thought it was 40. Maybe it was 41, but there was a Mania where we were talking about how is he going to come back from this, and that they really did a disservice to him, and he lost the match. I really can't remember what it is. It's driving me nuts. I do remember
for 41 he faced Ray Phoenix as El Grande Americano. That was supposed to be Americano and Mysterio.
I thought it was 40. Did you have
a
match at 40?
Wrestled at 40. No, I don't think so.
What am I remember? Anyway, regardless, I'll figure it out next time we talk.
It might not have been Mania,
I'll get my facts straight next time we talk. But he was buried at one point because I distinctly remember
he's been buried.
How are they gonna dig him out of this? They really killed him, and he looked like there for a minute he was trying to find his place again, and they were gonna like maybe write him a story or something. But I'm convinced.
Was that the storyline where he was like they had built him up so strong against Gunther for the Intercontinental title, and it was like they kept egging him on, and that was like. It was like brought in his family and his daughters and shit like that. And then
that shit.
And he still lost. He still didn't win.
And he lost. And then he was catching losses like crazy. But anyway, I'm convinced they came up to him with this gimmick as an idea because they were going to be working with AAA and they wanted to, something to tie that in. And I strongly believe he took that. This is all. I have no evidence to prove any of this, but I'm pretty sure that they would have came up to him with that idea. He took it and fucking ran with it and created this. And not only has he just been wrestling his fucking ass off, but also proven that he can take a gimmick created out of thin air and turn it into a fucking character outside of himself, which is fucking crazy. He made a character, and now someone else is having the time of their life with that character. If we don't put just a little bit of respect on this guy's name, man, and give him, he can run a story. Let's give him a story. Let's run something. Let's get some. I don't know. Do you feel like? I feel like Cody would probably be a good run with him. Maybe someone at that level.
I don't know if it's smart to just throw him right into the world title picture. Just give him something strong to run with on the show. I mean, hey, if you want to carry on the momentum of what he just did, there's a luchador currently holding the Intercontinental Championship. Him and Penta, I don't think would be that bad of a goddamn idea, but I need Chad to go over and dominate here. I need some momentum for the guy. I don't need him to go right, because if you put him right with Cody Rhodes right now, he's just going to do more jobs. Put him in the ring with people that he's going to beat. Get him some goddamn wins.
My problem is I don't want him smacked. I don't think. I agree with you. I don't.
Who the fuck is the U.S. champion right now?
I don't think he should be smack in the middle of the mid card, but I don't also think he should. He needs to have some really formidable opponent, like high end cards, high end card matches.
Tricks. Jesus. I just realized
that wouldn't be bad either.
No, but see, that's a loss because they're really behind Trick right now. He would just get beat again.
See, this is another conversation for another day, but now you're running into an issue where even you're not willing to give him these wins. So where are we going to go?
I'm not willing to put him over Cody. I'm not willing to put him over Trick. I would put him over Penta. And
I think that's too low.
And even if we were talking about people that weren't necessarily champions, I mean, we want an upper level guy that he could beat. I'm assuming is the way that we're trying to go with that.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, that's what we really need: upper mid card, more stakes, a storyline of some kind, and I need him to win. I need him to start building some goddamn momentum of some kind.
We'll see what they do with him. This was amazing, though. He did a great job.
Oh, time out. Not Sami Zayn, though.
Ah. Fair enough.
Let that time. Right now, Sammy's taking time to breathe. Let that ferment. I don't even care if he beats Sammy. It does nothing for anybody at this point. Let him be. But yeah, we need
Fair enough.
Hey, let him beat the shit out of Dragunov for a while. He's not doing shit. That's a little promo, little thing that they can run where it's not going to cost them all that much. All right, great match, one for the ages. My vote for match of the year so far. We'll see how the rest of the year shapes up.